and it is an exclusive, you'll see here first. So obviously people have got inside of the smoke shop and they've kind of decorated it for Jonny. And I'm just going to show you some of the pictures. I was quite impressed by them because obviously they're pictures of Tupac and stuff, and now they're kind of spray painted with justice for John George and stuff. So I'm going to show you because you come to my live to hear things first, right? So this says justice for John George, you're a murderer, Jonny, and that's on a Tupac picture in the smoke shop. It says Jonny, you're a rapist, on Bob Dylan. Justice will be served, R.I.P. John. This one says fighting. Oh, I won't read that one out, but it's got 3 letters on there that I'm not getting involved in. Jonny Smith, murderer. Dawn and Michael, murderers. I grew up, I fucking screw up. This one says Jonny's a rapist and a murderer. Did I say Bob Dylan? Where would I even get that from? Literally, you only come here from a fucking ADHD moment. Justice for John George. We are the fighting Irish. And we pay in potatoes. And then this one says, is that Gaza? Is that Gaza? Or is that someone completely different? I've just made a total twat of myself. Is that Gaza or not? Someone put my mind at rest. It is good. Someone put my mind at rest because I was literally thinking, imagine all those rappers I've just said it was Gaza. No. That's definitely Gaza, isn't it? Someone said, looks like Tom Speller. No, it's Bob Dylan. Weirdly, my reaction, they're in the smoke shop that Jonny had started to do up. Weirdly, my reaction, because I got sent all the pictures, apart from the Tupac one, so I messaged back to the person saying, can I just ask why there's not a Tupac one? And they must have thought, for fuck's sake, I'm giving you like crime scene photos, and you're asking me where's Tupac is. And then they sent me a separate one saying, this is Tupac. But if you've got BIG and Snoop and that on the wall, my first thought is like, why wouldn't you have Tupac? I was going to beef Jonny even harder. Yeah, like, very sure of that. I haven't seen an update. I'll have a look in a second on Lucy Letby. Grateful to everyone covering this case and everyone following this case. Like the fact that you guys are posting in the group, that you're posting on posts, that you're calling Nicola out, that you're calling Madison out, that you're really backing this fact. It means a lot to them. Thank you, Sequin. Speaking to the family today, he didn't turn up to his 2-week court appointment where he's supposed to sign in at the courts. He didn't turn up to that. We don't know if he's got in touch with them since, made an excuse, said, look, I couldn't do it because of this reason, he may be on his last shot. We don't know because they don't give us that information. We just know when he was supposed to be there on Friday, he didn't. Now, since then, the courts have sent out 2 kind of summons. One is to Dan McMeekin, one is to Michael Malley. And I'm going to read you the article that Alison Morrison put out, and then we'll just kind of discuss what this means. And I also have some... of kind of an idea of what happens inside the Spanish court when it comes to homicide, like what's next. Okay, so it says 2 men over to appear in court in Spain on Friday in connection with the murder of Belfast man John George, and I can now confirm it's at 9:30 tomorrow morning they are there. The 2 have been summoned to appear at court in Torrevieja in connection with the murder of the 37-year-old who was stabbed and shot in Spain on December the 14th. The 2, Michael Malley from the Czech Republic and a man from Northern Ireland, put in an address in Orejula or something, on Costa Blanca to appear before the judge for questioning, and that is Dan McMeekin. The summonses served earlier this week described them both as witnesses to homicide, with no suggestion that either man was responsible for the killing of John George. The 2 were warned they face fines between $200 and $5,000 if they do not appear in court. The alleged killer in the case remains on the run and is being sought by Interpol. He had been living in Spain and left the apartment around December the 20th. He has been in hiding ever since. Mr. George has travelled to Spain for a holiday. His last connection with his family was on the 14th of December. I'm just going to go back through. Early this week, the Belfast Telegraph revealed the car used in the suspected gunman is now being actively sought by Spanish police. Spanish police believe the black BMW was abandoned in the street close to a property when the main suspect stayed in the Alicante region of Spain. It's believed to have been there since shortly after the mid-December murder of Mr. George. Now, I can update today that I have had a tip come in that the car is not actually on the street but in a storage container at a warehouse. At least Michael Malley's blue Mazda is. So we need to look into kind of that, where that could be around that area. So Dan hasn't been arrested. Dan has been sent a summons by the court, which we've confirmed he has. I've spoken to him, so the family. He has received that summons and he intends to be in court tomorrow. And he intends to tell his side tomorrow. He has spoken to Billy as well and said, I'm going to go and I'm going to do what I need to do. So that to me is very hopeful. And I believe that he will go. I believe that he will go. When it, I can't attest to his past and how Dan was in Belfast or any of those things, because I don't know the guy, and I've only read one article online that's available. I would say that for a long time, weeks, he has wanted to do the right thing, and has been very scared to do that. There are some names that have been bandied around in this case that aren't particularly a part of this case, but kind of are scary to hear. There is a lot of kind of big players with money like Dawn and stuff that are controlling things. You've got Johnny, you've got Michael Malley. So I think even the fact he's agreeing to go to court when he knows Michael Malley will also be there, we've just got to we've just got to pray that he doesn't lose his nerve tomorrow. And when you say so, I think deep down he's a decent but just lost his way. I would agree to an extent, because I think sometimes because we're angry in a case, and sometimes because we really want justice, we judge people very differently. Like, we've put a halo around John George, right, and we've kind of said, like, he fell into addiction, all of those things. But then with Dan McMeekin, we've kind of been like, you're this, you're a scumbag. And I think sometimes, like, you just have to have that little belief in human nature where you're just like, I just want you to come through and do the right thing for this family. I'll judge everyone on your actions today, not yesterday, not the day before, but what you do. So if he turns up tomorrow, he tells his truth and stuff, I will have some level of respect for him. I'm going to be honest, I will. I'm not someone who holds a grudge forever. I just want the truth for this family. Do I think he was there when John lost his life? No, I don't. Do I think he has some knowledge that the police would probably be interested in? Yes, I do. It's very impossible to be around these people in a small space in an apartment and not hear exactly what happened, at least as an after fact. And he acknowledges that there is some stuff that he needs to say.